Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I am great. How are you?
Fabulous. Coming up later in the show, we have the wonderful thoughts of a genius of our time. We have Tuesdays with Charlie. So I don't know. Maybe that's kind of
genius. That's a pretty strong word.
He's got some good stuff that we.
He did always tell me my whole life that he knows everything.
Well, he does.
So. And
he can prove it.
Yeah.
He will mispronounce it as he tells you. Now, we have Tuesdays with Charlie coming up. Also, Taylor Swift is our quote for today. She says, "I'm intimidated by the fear of being average." So, there you go.
Wow.
That's, you know what? Nothing wrong with being average. I mean,
average.
Most people are. If
they're
you
average.
Figure it all out. It's, well, pretty average. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. If you have a dog, listen to this. FreshPatch.com is a subscription service that will send you a box with a fresh patch of grass for your dog to use for a few weeks. Then they send you a new fresh patch and you discard the old one. You can throw it in the trash, use it for compost, or even put it in your yard and it'll grow into the ground. FreshPatch.com has thousands of happy dog families who love this concept, especially in the colder months. Try it now for a little less. Use promo code RADIO to save 10%. That's FreshPatch.com, promo code RADIO. Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Tuesday, the 2nd day of October. Today is National Custodial Workers Recognition Day. So today's the day that you go, hey, wait a minute. Aren't you the custodian? No, that's not what you're supposed to do. Also, I don't know if that was a jet that just flew by or what that was. There's something going on outside. National Name Your Car Day today and National Fried Scallops Day.
You know what?
Today.
My current car does not have a name.
You're right. It doesn't.
It doesn't. We didn't name it.
No, today's the day to do it. National Name Your Car Day. Thanks for listening. And by the way, if you're a custodian, thank you for all that you do, because without you, there'd be a lot of messes that nobody else would clean up. So thank you for doing that. I think it's really cool. And it is a good day to recognize them. So my silly comments earlier where I say, wait a minute, aren't you the custodian? That's not really what you're supposed to do on National Custodial Workers Recognition Day. Tell them thank you. And maybe even clean up your own mess. Wouldn't that be nice? Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Radio. It's a pretty amazing marketing tool. But like many tools, it works best when used properly. Like, let's take this weed whacker. I could use this to trim my hair. Yikes. Hope that grows back. But that's not what weed whackers are for. Tools work much better when you use them for their proper use, just like radio. If you want help making radio work better for your business, that's our business. RadioReallyWorks.com. Get better results with the money you're already spending. RadioReallyWorks.com. Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? And Heidi has to guess. Tell me. Pinecrest in Alexandria, Virginia.
Pinecrest.
Pinecrest. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Pinecrest is a golf course. You're right. It is a golf course. Good job.
That one was pretty easy. That one didn't sound like a rehab center.
Rehab center could be named Pinecrest. Why couldn't it be?
I don't know. It just sounds more like a golf course.
It could go either way, really. So for those of you who shouted that out loud guessing and Heidi told you, oh, that was easy. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. It's okay. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by Time4Rehab.com. We're getting to the time of year where we start planning for holiday parties and other events that often include alcohol. I encourage you to have some alcohol-free options as well. And if you are drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. Time4Rehab.com would love to connect you with someone who can be there for you or that loved one. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, we're here for you. Time4Rehab.com. That's Time4Rehab.com. And this is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by Time4Rehab.com. Now, every day at this time, we talk about people doing silly things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or somebody you know needs help, you can learn more at Time4Rehab.com. Florida couple arrested last week when they were caught selling drugs out of a window that they constructed in the side of their home. This was more than a couple weeks ago.
So it's like a drive. They created a drive-up window.
They basically created a drive-through window in their home.
Oh my gosh!
This was in Ocala, Florida, and they were arrested August 23rd. So this is sent to me. Some of this stuff I've been holding for a while. It's not that I don't want to read it. I just, I do one story per day. And there's a lot of people doing silly things. So anyway, they turned a kitchen window into a drive-through so customers could just constantly enter and exit, or didn't have to enter and exit. They pull up, they reach out the window. They were charged on multiple counts of...
That's not suspicious at
No.
all. I don't know how on earth they were caught.
Yeah, there were multiple counts of keeping a dwelling to sell drugs, possession of drugs with intent to sell, and possession of fentanyl. So there you go. It's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen. Bravo has suspended Real Housewives of Potomac star Michael Darby after he was accused of groping a cameraman. What? What's going on there? Not exactly sure what the... He's not a Real Housewife then, is he? Apparently not.
He might be.
And I don't know. Tim Allen, I got to admit, I've never seen a single Real Housewife
Me either.
show.
I have
Not a
no
single
desire.
one. Tim Allen's new comedy, Last Man Standing.
Love him.
We have not seen, so don't tell us what happens. We watched it. Here's the funny thing. We never watched it before it was canceled. Then it got canceled.
Right.
Then we started watching it.
We binge watched
We did.
it.
We watched it, and I was like, oh, I want to watch more now. So it's
I'm
out
so
again.
glad it's back.
Last
Such
Man
a
Standing
great
had
show.
8 million viewers
I
on
know,
Friday
it's
night.
awesome.
Made it the highest rated show of last week. So they did very, very, very well. And the University of Minnesota is giving an honorary degree to the late, great singer Prince. So he gets an honorary degree. If you have an honorary degree, can you do anything with that? Like if I had an honorary doctorate
No.
degree, could I do brain surgery?
No.
Okay. What is the value of an honorary degree?
Nothing.
Kind of the same thing as a liberal arts degree?
Oh, wow.
I'm just teasing. I have a friend that has one of those. A little ribbon for you there. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Radio. It's a pretty amazing marketing tool. But like many tools, it works best when used properly. Like, let's take this weed whacker. I could use this to trim my hair. Yikes. Hope that grows back. But that's not what weed whackers are for. Tools work much better when you use them for their proper use, just like radio. If you want help making radio work better for your business, that's our business. RadioReallyWorks.com. Get better results with the money you're already spending. RadioReallyWorks.com. Now your scoop of the day. A survey by the New York State Board of Education found that just 46% of high school students can speak English or do basic math. That's less than half.
Yikes.
Only 46% can speak English or do basic math. High school students in New York? You got to be kidding me.
That
does not
really
seem right.
sad.
Or if you could do me a favor and tell your children what I just said, that would be fantastic. A study finds that 1 in 5 drinkers prefer mixed drinks over beer. So 4 in 5 drinkers apparently prefer beer over mixed drinks, if my math is correct.
I prefer beer over mixed drinks.
I did not go to school in New York, so my math probably is correct. So. Growing trend in California is to have a Nigerian dwarf goat at a party. So what do you do?
I'd like to see what one of those look like. Well,
It's just a
probably.
cute
It's
little-
just there to hang out.
Yeah, tiny little thing. So it's like a petting zoo, apparently. So it's not like you're going to... Do you have the dwarf goat do something? Do they dance or anything? I don't know what
I
you
don't
do
know.
exactly. A video has gone viral of 2 bears eating a stolen watermelon at an Arizona zoo.
Oh.
I think it's funny, some of the things that go viral.
Cute.
What we spend our time watching. Have you ever watched a video and then, like nowadays, they have these videos set up to play like constantly? It'll play and it'll play and it'll play. And I've done it where I've watched it like 7 times, and when I got done watching, I'm like, why did I just waste 2 minutes of my life
Yeah, I
watching
have
that?
too.
Like, what did I just watch even? I'm trying to figure out, why are people watching this? So some of these viral videos, I don't know that it's so much that people want to see it, but they're trying to figure out, why is this so funny? I don't understand it. I want to watch it again. I still don't get it. 3rd time. Why did I watch this 3 times? But this one was cute. You know, a couple bears eating a stolen watermelon. When I was a kid, the bears would steal picnic baskets. At least that's what they told me on TV. Mm-hmm. Yogi and Boo Boo. They would,
They were menaces.
How about a picnic basket? Inspired Brands, that's a company that owns Arby's. They're buying another brand. They're buying Sonic in a deal expected to close later this year. Guess how much that deal is worth?
Oh, my gosh.
Sonic.
Billions.
Yeah, estimated sale price $2.3 billion.
Wow.
But if they have a coupon, they can actually get a much
Buy
better
one,
deal.
get one free.
Yeah. Speaking of brands, IHOP. They're now partnering with a New York brewer, to produce a pancake-flavored beer.
Ew.
I don't know. I could see like the syrup, maybe. I don't know.
Ew.
Maybe not even that. But a pancake-flavored beer? I don't understand.
No, that's disgusting.
I don't know if this is something that was needed, or, if it was kind of like the whole IHOB thing they did earlier, where they're like, hey, we have a half-baked idea. Let's just run with it.
I wonder if it'll be called IHOPs.
Hey, there you go. See? Should be. Should be. Probably won't be, because, again, they don't have the greatest ideas there. And one last thing to add to the list here. American Airlines is expanding their in-flight food options to include a light and healthy Mediterranean menu. So there you go.
I didn't even know airlines serve food anymore. I haven't been on a plane that has served food
Yeah,
for...
we have. We've been
No.
on airplanes. Yes, we have. Well, you
Not
were
for
sleeping.
years.
You were sleeping, and I ate your meal. But we have
No,
been on those planes.
not for years and years and years.
I
We haven't
didn't
been
know.
on one that serves a meal. They'll
have.
bring it like pretzels.
That's a meal. That's a good meal. If you get enough of them, that's a meal. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. We're getting to the time of year where we start planning for holiday parties and other events that often include alcohol. I encourage you to have some alcohol-free options as well. And if you are drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. Timeforrehab.com would love to connect you with someone who can be there for you or that loved one. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, we're here for you. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com. And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for this little thing we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
It's Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
Hey, Charlie, how are you?
I'm kind of the star of the show right now, ain't I?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, of course, every Tuesday you're definitely the star.
I'm something, all right.
So what kind of cool stuff are we going to learn about today?
Okay, in Finland, you've been there, haven't you, Fluff?
Yes, I have.
Okay, they have a National Sleepyhead Day.
Really?
That's where the last person in a family to wake up is thrown into a lake by the rest of the family.
Jeez.
We should institute that here.
I know who'd be thrown in the water all the time.
Who do you-
Troy.
Yeah,
Burmeister, yeah.
our son. Wouldn't be me, I know that.
No, it would not be you.
There's an annual conference on boring things.
On boring things?
On boring things.
Okay.
Huh.
In the past, people have given talks on barcodes and the sound of vending machines.
Really? The sound of vending machines.
Okay.
That's why they call it a boring conference.
I wonder why anybody would want to go to that. Just because they want to see if they can outbore the last person or what?
I don't know. I'd probably go to something like that.
No, you wouldn't.
I think that'd be kind of funny.
Sit in the hallway making fun of people going to
Well,
something
yeah,
like that.
you would
but-
make fun of them. That'd be the fun thing about going.
I don't know.
Listen, I've been to a lot of boring meetings, and they didn't even announce it as a boring meeting.
Clearly,
At
I'm in
least
the
they're-
wrong
these
meeting.
guys are telling you up front.
Huh.
All three of you people out there, this is going to be boring. Hey, then, people of Sweden love Donald Duck so much, they had to make voting for him illegal.
Really?
Wow.
Everybody was writing his
He won
name
every
in.
election. Once again, Donald Duck.
There you go.
The pantsless duck won again.
In 1950, that's a long time ago,
Yeah.
scientists at UCLA bred three-winged chickens.
Really? They
Ew.
made chickens with 3 wings?
Yep.
Ew.
What was the point of that?
Well, because I love chicken wings, so let's get one with 4 wings, and then we can really have some.
Well, I'm saying, if you're going to do something like that, why not have like a 12-wing chicken, you know?
Yeah,
Why
we're
stop
gonna-
at 3?
If you're gonna
Gotta
experiment,
start one wing at a time.
Just don't understand why the... Like, my official answer is, just don't do that. But I'm saying, if you're gonna, you know,
go all out.
just do it.
Don't make him lopsided. It'll be
One
tipping
extra
over all
wing
the
doesn't
time.
make a ton of sense, really.
Well, they keep flying around in circles.
I guess it would make it easier to catch them. But
We got one last thing here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
During the 1936 Olympics, that was in Berlin.
Yeah.
25,000 pigeons were released during the open ceremony.
Okay.
And then they shot a cannon off, and the pigeons began to poop on the spectators.
It was not very well planned, is what you're saying?
Well, I think it just scared the poop out of some.
Oh, that is hilarious. I bet that was so funny.
How much do we pay for these tickets to the Olympics? Should have brought an umbrella.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Charlie, are you ready for a good question?
I think I can handle it.
Okay, I like to ask you questions where the answer is a number, because then we can, either say more or less. And so this is a question where the answer is a number. How many ingredients are there in a McRib sandwich?
Oh.
8.
Oh, no. You're only getting started. There's probably more than 8 in just the coating that goes on it.
108.
No, it's a little less than that. 70. There are 70 ingredients to
What
make a
on
McRib
earth?
sandwich. You got to mix a lot of things together to make
All the
perfection.
preservatives, I suppose.
I mean, if you're looking for perfection, Heidi, it takes more than one or two things. It takes 70 ingredients.
You know, they're pretty good, so I can understand that.
I like them too.
Oh, they're awful.
Heidi's not a fan. I don't understand how that works, Charlie. How in the world did you guys come from the same household and she doesn't like something delicious like that?
She's a communist.
Yeah. Should banish her somewhere. Somewhere they don't have McRibs.
Oh, man.
Well, Charlie, it's always a pleasure to chat. Thank you for taking the time to visit with us today.
Well, give me a call next Tuesday. We'll see what happens.
Okay, we'll call. Have a good day.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little thing we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Iceland has an elf whisperer who inspects construction sites before anything gets built to make sure there are no elves hanging around.
Are you kidding?
Can you give me that job? Oh, wait, you know what? We don't have one of those around here. I want to be that. I want to be the elf whisperer. I remember there was a guy that I worked with. We did a little radio bit. This is 20-some years ago. And Rajan Natru is what he pretended. That was his fake name. And he was a pet psychic. And it was so funny because people would actually call and talk to Rajan Natru about their pets. And he would say, yes, they would explain it all. He goes, your dog is hungry. It's like the answer to everything was your dog was thirsty. Your dog was hungry. It was just silly. Anyway, I think this is silly as well. Iceland's elf whisperer. Fun fact. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. If you have a dog, listen to this. FreshPatch.com is a subscription service that will send you a box with a fresh patch of grass for your dog to use for a few weeks. Then they send you a new fresh patch and you discard the old one. You can throw it in the trash, use it for compost, or even put it in your yard and it'll grow into the ground. FreshPatch.com has thousands of happy dog families who love this concept, especially in the colder months. Try it now for a little less. Use promo code RADIO to save 10%. That's FreshPatch.com, promo code RADIO. Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day for a Tuesday, lethologica. Lethologica. What do you think that word means, Heidi?
I have no idea.
I'll spell it. That helps. Lethollogica. How about now?
I have no idea.
Still don't know? It is the inability to remember a word or put your finger on the right word. It's like, oh, yeah. Did we just do this word?
We've done that a lot.
I mean, have we just used this word, though?
No, I don't believe so.
It seems familiar. Maybe it's, again, I'm pre-reading stuff, so maybe it's because I pre-read this. But
no, but we do that all the time. We're
I
like,
know.
I can't think of it.
There's another word for it. It's called getting old. That's what we're doing. Thanks for listening to this Lethologica, which is today's grandiloquent word. We're getting to the time of year where we start planning for holiday parties and other events that often include alcohol. I encourage you to have some alcohol-free options as well. And if you are drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. Timeforrehab.com would love to connect you with someone who can be there for you or that loved one. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, we're here for you. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com. Now some weird news on a Tuesday. Washington State Patrol trooper got more than he bargained for when he tried to pull over a woman from Olympia. She was cruising around in a little white hatchback Toyota Prius. The trooper turned on his lights and she made no reasonable attempt to pull over. Then he got on the loudspeaker and told her, "Get off the road." And she stayed put, just kept on driving. She allegedly said she would not stop until she reached the Bank of America parking lot. He told her a third time, "Pull over." She said, "I will not. I drive a Prius. I'm not pulling over there."
What?
Trooper told for a fourth time. Anyway.
What does that have to do with pulling over for the cops?
Seeing the driver would not cooperate, the trooper told her to step out of the vehicle. She said, "No," and she resisted, according to the report. Then he forced her out. She was arrested for investigation of failing to obey instructions, failing to identify herself, and for obstruction. So here's the thing. If you would have just pulled over...
Right? She probably would have, whatever it was, she probably would have gotten off with a warning.
Yeah, he pulled her over. What was the original reason? I think it was tags. Was it like... whatever. Oh yeah, expired tags.
Yeah.
I've been pulled over for that. You know what they do? They give you a little warning. They say,
Hey,
you need to get that fixed.
did you know your
You know your
tags
tag?
are-
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. Mine were like 2
I mean,
months
if they're
expired ones.
way, like, you
These
know.
have been expired since 1986.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
really?
going to get a ticket.
I have not been paying attention, clearly. It's a bad idea. I do have a link to this story if you want to read all the details, and that's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh. Police say in court records that a 29-year-old woman is accused of leaving her 4-year-old daughter home alone so she could go out partying. We've talked about these
we
types of
have.
stories, and it just makes me really sad. The little girl knocked on a neighbor's door at 6:30 a.m. Sunday and told them that her mother didn't come home. Turns out mom was gone overnight because she was out partying. They waited with the girl for 45 minutes with no sign of mom. Then they finally thought, okay, we need to call 911. We don't know where she is. We don't know if she's okay. They were able to reach the lady at 8:20 in the morning after getting the number from her the child's father. When she got home, she said that, I left at 11 o'clock. I went up to the entertainment district. No plan was set in place to have the child watched by anybody.
Wow.
No attempt made to secure a babysitter. She's facing a felony count of child abuse.
I would hope so.
Don't do that. Your children are the most precious thing you have. I don't care how much you have. The most precious thing you have are your kiddos. So be with them. Take care of them. Don't go out drinking and partying. That's just a terrible idea. I've got a link to this story if you want to get upset and read the details in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
John and Heidi.
Now, fake news or Florida. This is a little segment where we read something and Heidi has to determine whether it's something that really happened in the great state of Florida or if it's fake news made up just to fool her. You ready?
I am ready.
Fake news or Florida? A Florida man was arrested for trying to film up a woman's skirt in a Virginia grocery store. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
It is a true story. I should have just said in a grocery store. I think my little flub kind of messed that up.
No, it's all right. But here's the thing.
That happens more often than
I don't
you'd
know
like.
why you would want to see that.
No.
Because I know what most of my underwear look like. And when I'm not expecting anybody to see them,
No.
and I'm pretty sure most women are the same way. It's probably not a pretty sight
It's not
when
the
you're
best thing. If you're not planning for it.
right. If you're not planning on exposing them,
I didn't even dress up or nothing. So, I don't get it. I don't know why anybody would want to do that. It's an invasion of privacy. It's a disgusting thing. So I do have a link to the story if you want to read all about it. It's in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of Odiva. That is the monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All the details at radiosavings.com. Take a listen to this headline as my computer is going so slow. I need to clean some stuff off of here. It says, daughter is overwhelmed by Internet's response to her request for grieving father's birthday. So her dad, who is 92 years old, and 82-year-old Ellen, which is his girlfriend, she just passed away. It had been just 6 months ago. But thankfully for the Internet, everybody has been doing their best to cheer him up after the loss of his beloved Ellen. They'd been married for 60 years. And he really likes getting cards and likes, reading mail. And when Ellen passed away earlier this year, that is when the daughter said, you know what, I'm going to see if I can get people to send Dad a card. So Miriam, the daughter, made a Twitter post asking friends and family and anybody who would read it, send a card to my dad. His birthday's coming up in October. So he started getting cards right away. I'll read to it what it says. Attention, friends. Since my mom died this past spring, my 92-year-old dad waits for mail every day, listens to the squeak of the mail slot, and his birthday's in October. It would be nice if people could send a little message. And then there's the address and everything. He's in Nova Scotia. Anyway, they've been blown away. Over 40,000 likes on this, and he has gotten card after card after card, which is really cool. That's awesome.
Very, very cool.
So every once in a while, you'll see these things on the internet, and you're like, "Oh, some sort of scam. What is that? What are they going to do if I send a card?" Sometimes it's for real, it's legit, and this one is. I have a link to the story. His birthday is still coming up. If you're interested in sending me a card, I've got a link to the story in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.